Take a moment and think if you feel other people's pain more deeply than you should. Do you have a hard time staying away from people who are in pain, even when they're not your close friends or family? If so, then this video is for you. In this video, we'll talk about some of the signs that can help you determine whether or not you're an empath and what it means to be one. Let's begin. 10. You see the world in unique ways. Empaths are people who can feel and sense things that others cannot. They have a high level of compassion and empathy for others, which allows them to experience the world through more than just their own perspective. This is why they often see things in unique ways. They frequently notice the tiny details and things around them and appreciate their existence. Other people tend to overlook them. This ability is often taken as a strange trait, but in reality, it's a gift. Not many people are connected to nature the way empaths are. 9. You often feel like a fish out of water. You know what it's like. You're sitting in a room, surrounded by people who are talking about their lives, their jobs, their families, and the weather. And you can't help but feel like you're on the outside looking in. It can be hard to explain this feeling to other people because they just don't seem to get it. But it's not your imagination. If you often feel like you don't fit in, it's a sign that you are an empath. You feel like a fish out of water, and it's not because you don't understand others, but because you have some other level of connection with this world that makes you different from others. 8. You hate conflict. Conflict is something that is bound to occur when people with different mentalities clash. If two minds are working on a single task, they can easily disagree on many things. Most will resort to conflict, but not empaths. They will try their best not to upset others and avoid conflicts, even if it means not sticking up for themselves and letting go of their ego. This way, they easily avoid being part of fights and disagreements. And that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with them. It just means that their emotions have been buried under a layer of fear and avoidance for so long that they've become inaccessible. If you come to think of it, it's actually a great thing because empaths are free of any unnecessary drama in their lives and keep good relationships with everyone. 7. People discuss their problems with you. An empath is defined as someone who can quickly put themselves into another person's shoes and understand how they feel. They are often very sensitive and can sense the emotions of others without having to ask questions or be told what is going on. That's why people like to confide their thoughts and problems with them. Empaths are excellent listeners, so people feel comforted when they share their problems with them. Luckily, empaths also have the best advice to give, so they prove helpful in resolving issues. If you feel the same, you know the secret fights that people have in their lives, and that's why you may be an empath. 6. You tend to isolate. Peace is the foremost thing that empaths seek. If you are always looking for mini breaks from noisy crowds and sounds, it can mean that you are an empath. Empaths also feel like they need to isolate themselves because they can't handle being around other people when they are feeling stressed out or angry, and they certainly don't want to take out their bad mood on their loved ones. Empaths are natural givers who don't like being in crowds or around people for long periods of time because it drains them. Isolation tells a lot about yourself. You can look into your feelings and evaluate life more clearly, and empaths love to do that. You may be an empath if you feel relaxed and satisfied with your own company. Isolation is also their way of self-preservation and self-care. 5. Crowded places are not your vibe. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of the world around you. But if you're one of those people who find crowds, parties, and packed subway cars incredibly draining, then you may be an empath. All the noise and commotion gets to you. and you feel like just stepping away from it all and taking some deep breaths somewhere alone. You can't wait until the party ends and you can escape the noisy crowd. 4. Nature is your comfort zone. Nature is the comfort zone for empaths. They are deeply connected to the world around them, and their external surroundings have a profound impact on their internal state. If you feel the outside world, plants, flowers, and animals make you feel relaxed, it means you are an empath and have a deep connection with Mother Nature. They're often found volunteering at animal shelters or helping to rescue animals from natural disasters. They love taking care of gardens and even planting seeds to grow new plants for themselves or for others, all because they feel they owe it to nature and have a responsibility towards it. 3. You have a strong intuition. Have you noticed if you are able to sense the emotions and feelings of others, even when it's not apparent? This can be a sign of being an empath. Empaths are generally sensitive to the surroundings and people around them, so they tend to sense what's going on in the minds of people they know. Empaths often use their intuition when making decisions, so they will usually trust their gut instead of relying on facts or logic. This can cause them to make mistakes when making decisions, but it also means they will be able to help others who might not know how to decide themselves. 2. Closeness and intimacy overwhelm you. They feel the emotions of others so deeply that they can't help but be pulled in. They don't want to be close or intimate, but it's hard not to be. They feel the emotion of their loved ones so intensely that it becomes their own, and it takes over their life. They can't help but get swept up in it. But close contact is difficult for them, and sometimes challenging in romantic relationships. If you feel stressed out and overwhelmed when you spend too much time with someone because you can feel the other person's energies and emotions, you may be an empath. It all becomes too much for you, so you struggle with confrontation or asserting yourself in a romantic relationship. 1. You always care. Empaths always care, no matter what. They don't want others to feel bad or hurt, and they do everything they can to help people feel better. They're constantly giving emotional support, and it makes them feel good to know that they've helped someone out. You may find it difficult to see anyone struggle, and so you act on your natural inclination, which is to help out. Sometimes it makes you absorb a lot of that struggling energy, but it's all part of being an empath. You overlook yourself, and as a result, sometimes feel compassion fatigue and even burnout. This selfless compassion is what makes empaths such caring individuals. So there you have it. Are you an empath? Let us know what you think in the comments section. We hope you found our video interesting. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and share it with others. Also, please consider subscribing to our channel. Finally, remember to turn on the notification bell so you can get all of our new uploads. In the end, thanks for watching, and see you next time.